Welcome. First Thursday and in Mars, and another webinar is coming from Symmetry around Naviate. We had discussions since the last webinar, and we thought it makes sense for you to see the continuation from the previous webinar where we talked about the door and window tools and the changes there. Now moving over to the drawing part. So that's what this webinar is all about today. And as usual, Mehmed is with me today as the product owner for Naviate Architecture, and has been working close with the pre-release sneak peek you will see today, soon to be released. And myself as the global product manager for Naviate. So high level today, we will walk you through how you can create drawings by using the existing solution, Drawings by Legend. And we will then go over to and give you the sneak peek on the new solution, how you can create drawings. It's all about how you can make smarter configurations, setting up the different sets you would like to print when it comes to exterior, interior, single, double, etc., etc. And you can also have now the possibility to define the look and feel of your door and window views. And we have done a lot of changes also when it comes to the user interface, and try to provide you with information needed when you are going through the new feature in door and drawings. High level. It's possible to raise questions during the presentations. I will try to manage those. And if it makes sense, I'll put them into the presentation that Mehmet is doing. If not, we will take them after, as in the QA session. The webinar is recorded, so it's possible for you to access that after this presentation. Going to be uploaded next week, if I'm right, and you are able then to share it with your colleagues as well. So for those of you who haven't been a part of these presentations before, Naviate is developed by AC professionals for AC professionals. It's all about project setup, model management, and documentation. And the key elements of what features we are delivering are regarding saving time, increase control, and optimize your workflows in you're using Revit. And today we are talking about Naviate Architecture for the 2023 version. So you're aware of that. Cool. Then, Mehmet, thank you for joining me today. And I will hand over the screen to you. And then you can take us through the sneak peek of the release as well today.
Yes.
Are you able to?
Do you see
my
have control?
Yeah,
yes,
I do. Great.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
So yeah, also welcome everybody from my side. Thank you for sparing the time to join us and see what we are doing and planning to release. I'm hoping for a quite interesting demo, or better, yeah, that it's gonna be interesting to you. So as Jan Tore said, the topic is gonna be the creation of door and window drawings within Revit. As many of you, I believe many of you are architects, so as many of you know that creating door views, door drawings, and sheets within Revit for these kind of purposes can be quite time consuming and also a quite tedious process. So yeah, that's basically the reason why we have a number of features that are handling this workflow within Revit. So that's going to be the topic of today. Show you a number of features that are optimizing the workflow of creating door and window drawings. So today I'm going to show you two tools that we provide within Naviate Architecture. You can find those tools in the door tool panel and the window panel. those are called door drawings and door drawings by legend. And the same features are provided for Windows. For today, due to time restrictions, I will only show you how the door drawing feature works, but basically the code behind it is the same for window drawings. So I'm going to start off with the existing feature that we have called door drawings by legend. So this feature creates your door views and sheets, but it uses legend components to do so. So we're going to talk a little bit about the legends and the benefits that we have with the legends and the limitations. So let's start. Door drawings by legend. Yes. So this dialog, let me just give you a quick rundown on this. So starting from the left, you have, let's say we have 3 sections here. This section is all about create sheets. So here you can define, or better said, the sheet layout settings. So you can define your title block that you want to use. You can define the number of doors that you want to show on your sheets, the maximum number of rows and number of rows per sheet. This enables you to create multi-sheet, multi-door sheets, let's call them like that. And also you will be able to create single sheets, so 1 door per sheet. So in order to do so, you can just go 1, 1, and you will get your doors per 1 sheet. But we're going to keep it like this. So what else? You can also define the numbering of your sheets, what's going to be the start number, and also some grouping functionalities. You can group the doors by construction type. I'm not going to go too much into details about that, just to mention it. Then the second section that you see here is creating the legends. So you can define if you want to dimension your door legends or not. You can define what's going to be the ID of your legends, which parameter you're going to use. The default one is type mark, but there is 5 parameters that we are providing to be used as an ID of the legends. We are limited right now to only these 5s, but type mark is kind of resolving most of the use cases. So let's say we're going to use type mark. You can also filter out some doors. So if you only want to create sheets for types in the current view, you can use this toggle button. But no, we are going to create sheets and views for all doors or all types within the project. And then the last section here is about some additional information that you want to show on your sheets. So you can create schedules, and you can also add those schedules to the sheets. And the last section here is the viewport properties. This is basically a setting where you can define a number of door parameters that you want to show on your sheets. So in this case, I have selected these parameters. So let's say after we have defined this, let's say what's going to happen. So when I click run, the tool will start creating the views and the sheets, and in the end, placing the views on the sheets. So it finished already. So if I go to the project browser, I can see what happened. So first, you can see that in the legend tree view, we have a number of legend components created. We have also created a number of schedules, as we have defined to create schedules. And then on the bottom, in the sheet tree view, we have 2 new sheets that have been created. One for exterior doors and one for interior doors. So if I go to the interior doors right now, this is what we got. So the legend component is placed on the sheet, dimensioned, and the properties that I showed you last are shown in the view title. And then again, the schedule that we have defined to create has been created and placed on the sheet. So these are the interior doors, and let me just show you the sheet for exterior doors, there were only 2 doors that have been that are exterior doors. So yeah, that's kind of the general overview of the feature. Easy way to configure what you're going to create, and a quite clean output. So a sheet with all the doors that you want and that you want to show on it, and with all the information that you have defined. And in overall, as I said, this is an overall overview of the feature. This would be it, the basics of this feature, but I would like to show you a couple of more things that can help you to customize your sheets. So I would like just to delete these sheets, and I would like to delete the legend components that I have created, and also, yeah, the legends and the schedules. And I would like to look on these 2 legend components that we have also created, NV door template and NV window template. So if I go to this one, so this is a legend component of a door. So what can you do with this door template? You can, for example, if you want to show more stuff on your sheet, you can use this legend template to kind of populate it with all the needed elements that you want to place on your sheet. Like, for example, I'm going to give you one use case. So if I copy this legend component, copy it here, the legends enable you to define the view direction. So if you want to show your floor plans on your sheets, you can copy this component and place it wherever you want, and change that to a floor plan. So I did this right now, and I'm not going to do anything else. I can go back to my feature, and as the settings are saved, the previous one that I have used, I can just click run, and it will create a new batch of sheets and legends. The reason why I deleted them, because I didn't want to have duplicated views, just for a better overview. So again, legends, schedules have been created, and sheets have been created. So if I go to this sheet, you will see that the floor plans have been added. So yes, one other thing that's quite nice with this feature is the following. What if I, for example, delete a door? So let's say you have issued this sheet to the manufacturer or anyone in relevant to the project. So yeah, something happened here with the alignment. Yeah, but it's an easy fix in any case. So if you have issued this sheet to a manufacturer, as I said, or a relevant member of the project, you don't want to change the layout of your sheets, and you want to keep as much information as possible. And one use case that I would like to show you is this. What happens if, for example, a type was deleted from the project? So let's say I have deleted the single door YD10, and let's say I just deleted them or created, replaced them with a new type. But in this case, let's say we have deleted them. If I run this feature one more time and click run, one thing will happen. We will figure out that some doors have been deleted, and we will provide information for you about that. And if I click close, go back to my sheets. Yes, here they are. It will currently, this is in Norwegian or Swedish, I'm not sure, but it will tell you that this door is not in use anymore. So as I said, we will keep as much information as possible, and inform about any deleted doors in the project, and that's going to be reflected in this way. So you're going to get the view title changed to not in use. So these are kind of the benefits of the legend components, but I would like just to mention some limitations that these components have. You cannot tag elements inside these components. So for example, if you have some security doors that have some additional specialty equipment inside them, or even you would like to tag this door with some information that you want to show, you will not be able to do so, because again, this is a legend component, not a real door element. So that's one limitation, that you're not able to show the information that you want to show. The only way to show the information that you want is by using our tool and defining what properties you want to show here. And one other limitation that this feature has, not related to legend components, is that if you have, let's say, any manual things that you have added this sheet, like for example, if I add a schedule to this sheet, let's say I have added this one, and then you probably have added some new doors or deleted some doors, you will like to update this sheet. When I run it, something, let's say, I dare to say something bad will happen. Wait, let me go back. Yes, I would need to add something. So I'm going to add one more door. Yes, that's the one that I have deleted, and run the feature again. So in this case, what's going to happen? We are going to recreate. We are going to create a new sheet, and the existing one will not be updated. So that's basically what happens here. So this one will be kept, but it will not be updated with the needed information. So any change that's going to happen will always create a new sheet for that, which may not be always desirable, that you always create new sheets. You want to keep track of your existing sheets and update them accordingly if any changes are happening. And you want to keep your manual changes. So in this case, you would have to review or revision this sheet and make the necessary changes manually. I would kind of stop with the door drawings with this, and then show you the new feature that we have, which provides much more possibilities and much more functionalities to handle any changes in the project. So if I go back, I would like to get back my doors that I have deleted previously. So if I undo a couple of times, here they are. Yes, so that was about door drawings by legend. If I run this feature right now, door drawings, before I talk about any differences between these two, let me just give you a quick rundown of the UI. So this UI is divided in 3 sections, plus the setting section on the top. I will talk about that one later on. But when it comes to configuring the scope of your drawings and how your drawings are going to look and feel, it's 3 sections. So the first section is the selection. So we provide you with 3 different options for defining the scope of your drawings. You can use a door schedule, and anything filtered out or scoped out in the schedule will be listed in this table view here. So basically, whatever is visible in the schedule, that any door that's visible in the schedule, those are the doors for which we are going to create views and sheets. So in this case, this schedule has only 3 doors, but you have other options here, like for example, if you want to create all project door types. So this will list all the types in the project that you have, and you will create drawings for them. And the third option is all individual doors in the project. So this is instance based. So this will list out all the instances in your project and you will create drawings for each one of these doors. So this list is quite long, so it would take quite a lot of time to create this on your own, or yeah, on your own it would take quite a lot of time to do this. But yes, this tool kind of provides that ability for you to create instant-based drawings for your project. And those are the three options that we provide. So schedule selection, all door types, and all instances in the project. That's the first section. So this is where you define the scope of your drawings, what doors are going to be on your sheets. The second section is about the views that you are creating. So you can configure if you want to create elevations, plan views. So anything that I'm showing you just right now, try to compare it with the door drawings by Legend, because it is a little bit manual work needed to define these settings in the door drawing by Legend tool, but this one optimizes and automates this process quite a lot. So you can define the elevation if you want to create elevation views for your doors, plan views. Do you want to have a tag? These are the properties compared to the Legend tool. And if you want to add schedules to your sheets, there is one big difference between the first tool that I showed you and this one. This feature is using real views. In our case, when it comes to elevations, it's sections. We're using sections to create the elevation, the front view. For plan views, we are creating actual plan views. And when it comes to tags, we don't use the view title as a way to show the properties. You are able to select any tag that you have created in your project to show any properties that you want. And then schedules, they work mainly the same way as in that feature. So yes, what else can you do with this section here is you can define the view type of your elevations plans, and you can also define what template you want to use, what view template you want to use, and also if you want to dimension these elevations or not. That's section number 2, and the last section is about the sheet layout. So again, a similar thing as with the other feature, you can select the title block and you can select the layout for each sheet. We provide additional functionalities here. One per sheet is basically the same as for the other feature. Fill sheet, basically we take the dimensions of the sheet and place as much as doors as possible on that sheet, and then continue to another sheet when there's no space on that sheet. And this is the additional option that we also provided, that we provided in this feature, is the same functionality as in the Legend tool. You can define number of columns and number of rows to be used on the sheet. So basically, you can define the number of doors that you want to have per sheet. And if I go back to one per sheet, yes. So some other options that you can define: the sheet number, the browsing sheet parameter, and its value. You can do so with these two options. And at the end, we have two options here. The first one is recreate. This is the functionality that we had before. This was the only functionality that this feature had before. So we will always creating new views and new sheets when you run this feature. But now we have added a option to update existing sheets and some options that come with it. I will talk about these two options later on. But anyways, those are the three main configuration sections. Now let me talk a little bit about the settings. The settings I think they're quite a powerful feature, because here you are able to save any configuration that you have defined in these three sections as a setting. So what I did here, I have created a setting for doors from level 1. So this will create drawings for my doors from level 1. I have created a setting only for my single doors. I have also created a setting for all types in my project to have a general documentation within Revit. I also have all instances created as a setting. So basically what I'm required to do right now is just click OK, and it will create everything that you see here in this list and place it on the sheet. And the last one is security doors. So you can use these settings to define the scope for different purposes, for different drawings. So let's say, for example, we go to all types, and let's create drawings for these, for all types in the project. And I can click OK. So it will create the plan views, it will create the elevation views, and calculate the area of the sheet and define how much doors can fit on that sheet. That's what it's doing right now. And this is what you will get. One important feature that I'm going to show you right away is, if you remember the name of the setting, it's called all types. So we were required to provide one behavior with this feature, is that any views that are created by this setting, that we should inform the user that those views are associated with that setting. Like, for example, as you can see here right now, the schedules that we have created are all named with, are all including the name of the settings that we have created, yes. And if I go to the top and check out my floor plans and elevations, again, all the floor plans have been created for my types, and all the sections have been created for my types with the name of the settings. The reason why I'm mentioning this is one functionality that I'm going to show you just in a second. But let me show you what happened on the sheet. So we have one more sheet added to the sheet list. So if I open it up, this is what we got. So the views that have been created are actual views, and the doors that we are showing are the actual doors, not the legend components, which provides you the ability to use the tags, and any changes that happen will be, those changes will automatically be updated. So you don't, when compared to the door drawings by legend, if anything changes on the doors, any information that is listed in here, you would have to run the tool again in order to update that data. But in this case, you don't have to, because everything will be updated automatically. That's a Revit default behavior. And also, the views will be dimensioned accordingly. One thing that's something that we will need to improve in one of the future versions is something that you probably immediately saw, is the alignment of the tags. That's something that we didn't manage to fix with this version, but that's something that we'll provide in some of the next versions. But anyways, these are the views that have been created. And now I'm going to show you all the different possibilities that this feature provides to you. So as the design progresses and things change during different phases of the project, a lot of things inevitably get changed on the doors. Like, for example, you will change a certain type of door to some other type. So let's say, for example, this type of door, it's a bathroom door. We have decided to change this type, not to use it anymore, but rather use another type. And let's say you want to use this one. So you're going to change this. And this affected the drawings significantly, because if I go back to this sheet, you will see that this door here is not valid anymore. So this is not the same type. You don't see the scheduled data anymore. This data here is correct because the tag has been automatically changed. But again, the scope is not correct on this sheet. What that means is that you would need to update the sheet again. So if I run the door drawings again, so just to remind you what I did, I replaced one type, the existing type, with a new type. And that's what we will identify with our feature. So we will identify that the previous type that was used was deleted and that there is a new type to be added to the drawings. I can do two things with these new and deleted doors. So that's kind of the changes that we are keeping track of. We keep track of if there are new doors that have been added to the project and if there are deleted doors that are removed from the project. And if you turn on the update existing setting, you will have two options. Remove deleted doors, so you can remove them from the existing sheets, or you can keep them. And you will see what happens if I keep them. And when it comes to new doors, you can decide if you want to add them to new sheets. This option is added because I mentioned that sometimes in the beginning that if you have issued your sheets to a manufacturer or anyone else, you don't want to change the scope of the sheets too much. You want to keep them the same as much as possible. That's why we added this possibility here, that if there are new doors, you add them to a new sheet. You can have 10 new doors, you can just click this option and they will be added to a new sheet. So if I run the feature right now, we will do two things. We will add the new door to the sheet. And for the deleted door, we will do a similar thing as we did with the door drawing by legend. So if I go back to this sheet, so this was the existing sheet, so we will add a detail component for the deleted door and tell you that this door is not in use anymore. And we will always keep track of the doors that have been deleted, unless you decide to remove the deleted doors from the sheets. And you see that there is also one other sheet, and that's the sheet where the new door has been added. That's what we have defined. If we didn't define to add this new door to the sheet, it would have been placed on the existing one. I would like to show you some additional functionalities here that we keep track of. Like, for example, what if the door that was used to create the view is moved? What if the door is flipped, or if the dimensions of that door change? If you go back to this sheet, you will see that these views are not usable anymore. Like, for example, the plan view. If I go to this sheet here, the door that was moved, the views are not usable anymore. So what to do in this case, to change this manually would take you some time, but with our feature, we will also identify those changes. So if I run the tool again, for these new doors, we will provide a new status, and it's called needs update. This means that the views are not usable anymore, and we need to update them. And when it comes to deleted doors, you see that we still keep track of this door, and we say that this door is not in use anymore. So if I click OK right now, I will not change anything else. If I click OK, we will update the needed views. In this case, what happens, we delete the existing ones and create new views. The other views that are not changed, we will not touch them. We'll just place them back again on the sheets. So if I go back on this sheet, you will see that this view has been updated and corrected. And again, the same thing on this view here. The views have been updated. And if you look on the floor plan, you see that the elevations are on the correct place right now. Some other things that we are keeping track of is if anything happens, either by mistake or by some reason, someone deletes the views that this tool has created. So let's say I delete this floor plan, I delete this section, I delete a schedule from the project. If I go back to the sheets, you'll see that I have missing views here. On the other sheet, do I have anything missing? No. Okay. So a lot of, again, you would need to create these views, but our tool recognizes that that happened and will provide another status for you. This status is about missing views, and it will tell you that, I by not accident, but yeah, coincidentally, I deleted all the views related to this type. Oh, interesting. I wanted to delete a couple of views from different types, but anyways, this is also good. So missing views, section, plan, tag, and schedule. So we'll inform you that these views are missing, and you can just click OK, and we will update. We'll create these views again and place them on the sheet. So if I go back here, we have placed this. Yeah, it was this door, exactly. Something happened here, it placed 2 tags. For some reason that shouldn't have happened, but anyways, that's something for me to look at. But yeah, that's kind of the high level on that. So we are keeping track of a lot of changes on your sheet and provide you with the needed information and the needed steps to update those. What else? I think that was all about the statuses and changes. So we are keeping track of new doors, deleted doors, changed doors, when you change the location, flip them. We will also keep track of the views if they are missing, if you have deleted them. The same thing we do, one other thing that we do is if you, for some reason, again, delete some viewports from the sheet, if you run the tool again, we'll give you one other information telling you that there are some unplaced views on the sheet. And that's an information that's shown here. I have some issues with this message, but anyways, here it is, unplaced views on one sheet. So that would mean that we will place those views back again. So if I click OK, nothing will change, only that we will place back those views again on the sheet. So yeah, we're kind of helping you not to make mistakes when creating the drawings in different ways. I mentioned all of them, but now I would like to show you one last main feature that I think is quite useful for creating different types of door drawings. So if I run the feature one more time and select another setting. So in this case, let's say I want to create the settings for my security doors. I'm going to go to the settings and select the security door setting. So I only have 3 types of security doors, and everything here was predefined before. And I'm just going to click OK and create the sheets for these 3 doors. And if you check again the project browser, go to the floor plan and elevations, you will see that the views are created for security doors. The sections, the schedules are created for security doors, all with the specific name in order for you to keep track of these views in a much better way. So we have, because I've selected 1 per sheet, we got 3 sheets created. So let me do this. Let me do that one more time. So let me open up each of these sheets, WT. So this is what we have created. You will probably add a lot of more information to these sheets. So let's say I add a schedule to this. So let's say we use this security door schedule. I can add it to all my doors. I think this will be a quite nice, no, let me add it just to this sheet because I cannot add it to multiple sheets. And what else can you do? You will be probably required to tag the security door equipment on these sheets. You can do so. I'm going to show you right now a powerful workflow within Naviate. So in Accelerate, that's another product that we have, and it comes together with architecture. So in Accelerate, you have an option under Sheet and View panel called Manage. We have a tool called Tag All. This enables you to configure what tag you're going to use for what category. I have already created a configuration for that, and select all the views or a number of views that you want to tag. So you see here I have my door drawing views created. So I'm going to select the security door sections. I'm not going to tag the floor plans. So only sections. I can go add. This will do one thing, or not one thing, many things. So it will tag each of the views. Yeah, right now, maybe the tag is not what I wanted it to be. It's type mark, it should be mark. But anyways, you see it tagged all the specialty equipment on these doors. And then I would like to show you one other feature that's part of this workflow called type symbols. What I can do here is I can create a type symbol for my specialty equipment. So let's say I add a number of parameters that I want to use as properties on this legend component. So this feature creates a legend component. So yeah, please bear with me just for a second. So when this finishes, I will get a quite nice table view of all the specialty equipment that I have in my project. It's going to take a minute to create it. So one legend component created. If I go to the project browser, here it is. I can place this. The reason why I'm showing you this is that we will keep all these manual changes that you have placed on your sheets with this feature compared to the other one, which will always create new ones or even recreate the views. So if I go to level 1, and this is going to be my last thing to show, if I delete, for example, this door that's used for the view, if I delete all these doors, this type from the project. Oh, no, sorry, this is not used for the security doors. Yes, if I delete this door, for example, this is a security door, and add a new one. So let's say I want to have another security door. Let's say, yeah, let's use this one. And if I just define a comment or yes, and if I run the feature one more time, and that's going to be my last thing to show. The reason why I showed you all of this complete workflow, because in a lot of cases, this is how much detailed you need to be with your sheets. So for example, in this case, we have one new door that should be created and one that should be deleted, and two have stayed the same. I can also change the view template to be used. For example, if I go and use door elevations, I can also change to remove the tag. I don't want to use that one. And I can click OK. So you can do a lot of changes inside here. We will never recreate your drawings. We will always keep the manual changes, which will reduce your workload quite a lot. So what we did here basically is we removed, so yeah, this door was deleted. We will inform about that, and still this element is shown here. But yes, yes. So in this case, we got a new view template. So sorry, that was one of the things that will recreate the drawings. If you change the view template, in this case, it's not showing the tags anymore. So that's why we are basically, we are not recreating it, but you don't see the tags anymore on this one. But if you go back to this one, interestingly, it has removed the tags. Yeah, because the view type is changed. Yes, yes. But yeah, for some reason it removed the legend component that shouldn't have happened. So yeah, maybe I did a mistake, changed something that will recreate the drawings. But yes, in overall, the idea is that we keep the existing drawings as much as possible without recreating them or removing any views from them. So yeah, any of these issues that you've seen right now, I will look into those before we release the feature. But the idea is that we keep track the same as we did here. So we haven't deleted anything. We kept all the views that have been added. So that's about it. So yeah, there is a lot of other things that could be talked about on this feature. So many things to handle, to keep track of, and we are doing so. But those are some detailed things that we don't have time. I already spent a lot of time on showing all of these things. But anyways, that's about it from my side. So Jan Tore, do we have any questions?
Yes, it's been a couple of questions I have answered that already, but one question is about linked models.
Yes.
So does it also work if the architecture model is linked into the project?
Unfortunately, no, not in this version.
No.
But we would like to hear the opinions of our users and customers, if how much is that needed. And I can see the use case behind that. That would be quite nice if you have a couple of buildings linked. You would like to create drawings for them, but no, not for this upcoming version. We don't support links.
Yeah, this is the first version of this
coming
out, so that's our time to get some feedback on this release and then create a plan for additional improvements as supporting linked files, for instance. Another question, any plans for casework furniture plans?
We already have a feature for that.
Yeah, I was going to say so.
Yes. Yeah, sorry for interrupting.
No.
But we have a feature for that. It's called type drawings, found in Accelerate under Manage Sheet and Views. So you can run this feature and you can define the category of element for which you want to create. Yeah, right now, I don't think I have any caseworks in this project, but they will be found. Furniture, for example, yes. So you can define, again, a similar UI, define what type of block you're going to use, the sheet layout, not that one, but yeah, some other one, let's say, create a legend, create a schedule, select parameters that you want to show. Let's say I do this, doesn't matter. Click run. Either there are no furniture loaded in this project or the type ID parameter values are not set. Yeah, I would have to input some values. For example, type mark is not probably defined on the furniture, and that's why I'm not able to run it, because you will need to define on the furniture the type mark values. So for example, if I do this, I can quickly show you A1, let's say it's called like that, finish. So let's do one more, go here, A1, no, not A1, A2, finish. And if I go run the feature right now, everything was saved, the parameters are saved, good, run. And it will, for A1 and A2, it will create type drawings. And let's see what happened. Furniture, it's created. This is working in the same way as the door drawing by legend feature. So we'll create legend components for your furniture and place that on the sheets and show the defined properties. So yeah, we kind of support a lot of categories with these features.
Yeah, we do. That's right. I guess that's all questions for now. So I will take over the presentations here.
Yes.
Like that. So yes, as we talked about, this is the first release on window drawings, and you as a user have the possibility to use our ideation portal and request improvements, new features, etc. It's a common portal for all Naviate users, and you can vote on other wishes as well, or ideas in the portal. And based on that, we will plan our next development going forward. So we have a cycle on 3 to 4 releases a year, and we are watching and looking into this ideation portal to see the trends and what the customer would like to see happen in the next release. When it comes to the next webinars, as said in the start, we are having a webinar first Thursday in every month. And I think we this time also will sneak in additional webinar when it comes to the structural engineers after release now in Mars. But next one up is after Easter, the MEP presentation, and we worked on a totally new Naviate Accelerate to be released also in Mars, based on migrating some solutions from our colleagues in the US when it comes to Naviate Core into Naviate Accelerate as such. So it's all about apply or register you to use some information, and you will be getting some updates going forward. Naviate is not only the product itself, it's a whole community. So we have the product page, we have the blogs, help desk when you need that. As I said, the ideation portal, but also a community where you can share ideas, you can show your work, you can connect with other peers, and ask questions as well. So continue with discussions there if needed. As a Naviate subscriber, you also have access to e-learning, where we have all the help files, learning paths, etc., to assist you in your daily work. And then, of course, the social part and the newsletter. So if you sign up for that one, you will also be informed what's happening from our side as well. And not to forget the newsletter. Probably some of you have been informed about this webinar and got an invite as well. And that's the big part of applying or signing up for this information. If you have any additional questions after this webinar or later on, these are the email addresses where you can reach us. So Mehmet's email address and myself. If you just want to send to the generic one, it's info@naviate.com. So I guess, Mehmet, that's all from us today. We more or less used the whole hour.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
That's how it is. Interesting and a really good presentation of the sneak peek coming soon from the Naviate release. So I would thank you all for joining today, and see you next time then. Take care and have a nice afternoon. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
everybody.
Mahmoud. Thank you.
Thank
And
you,
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.